That is very difficult because I came from a family that was very dysfunctional. And my father had really gotten sick of it all. And he had applied for work over in France with the federal government of the United States. And he was gone. My mother wasn't even expecting it. His suits and his luggage was all gone. And she didn't want to mess with me. I think she was kind of flaky. She took me over to Hawaii to where my grandparents lived. And she was saying, I want to get her married off. And she found this guy for me to marry when I was 16. And I can remember in Honolulu, the judge said to me, you are so young to be getting married. I didn't love the guy. I was very much taken with a young man in Los Angeles. But there I was married, and then the baby came. And when you're little girls, you've got your dolls, and you and your friends can play dolls, you know. But this responsibility at 17 years old was a little bit much for me. I went into a Great Depression, and it's amazing. The only thing that would get me out of I didn't want the child. I didn't want this responsibility, but I had him. So the guy I was married to was military, and he got stationed to this base, a very small base in Napa. So we went to live there, and I was not happy. I would take the little baby and I would put him in the car seat, and we'd go all over the hills of Napa and Sonoma listening to rock and roll. And his very favorite was Rockin' Robin. Every time that came on, this little 6-month, I'd get home, and I had never put any toys in his crib, and I would go off in deep depression in my own room. And I guess he does what any human does when they're in jail. But that changed. I would bring him home, since he liked rock and roll so much. I would bring him home, and I would put him down on, he was 6 or 9 months, put him down on the floor, turn on the television. It was time for Dick Clark's American Bandstand. You probably don't even know what that was. That was coming from Philadelphia, and it had these kids doing dance. They weren't doing the jitterbug of the 40s. They were doing the twist and the monkey and all of these other things. And sometimes they would dance independently doing the twist. But there'd be that rock and roll music, and I put the little guy there, turn on Dick Clark. He'd hear the music, and he would become ecstatic. He'd just go as far up to the television as he could get, and having the time of his life with that rock and roll music. I would recommend rock and roll music to little 6-month-old kids.
Is that how you